It's time to get dramatic. Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 daytime soap operas. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're ranking the most popular, long-running, or influential American soap operas. This means that soap operas from other countries, or those that aired during prime-time hours, will be saved for later. We're also focusing on straight soap operas only for this list, meaning that Dark Shadows, with its gothic atmosphere and supernatural creatures, does not qualify.
Why would you come to my funeral?
Because I like funerals.
Number 10. Passions. The world of daytime soap operas is known for its occasionally wacky storylines, but we're here to tell you they've got nothing on Passions.
Oh, I think I'm gonna cry. Did you hear that? And touched. That's what I am, touched.
Creator James E. Reilly made it a point to stretch not only the boundaries of content on the daytime drama circuit, but also test the level of lunacy audiences would be able to accept in their plotlines. You want portals to hell? Passions has portals to hell.
Oh my god.
You want occult themes and magic? Oh, Passions has got you covered.
Keep trying, girls, keep trying.
But hurry, because I think the popcorn's ready.
Sure, it also had the usual daytime soap stuff like love triangles and backstabbing, but it was that go-for-broke spirit that ensured Passions would always be remembered by fans. Number 9. Another World. Our next daytime soap was co-created by Erna Phillips, a name we're going to be mentioning a lot on this list. Phillips was affectionately known as the Queen of the Soaps, thanks to her proclivity behind the scenes as a creative powerhouse. Another World was just one of her creations, and stood out from the pack thanks to its willingness to get metaphysical and controversial within its narrative. The series didn't shy away from sensitive topics like abortion, and tended to focus on class and culture as opposed to simple black and white melodrama. For these reasons, Another World deserves its reputation as a soap that did things just a little differently.
All's well that ends well.
Number 8. The Bold and the Beautiful. Today, crossovers are commonplace within the daytime soap opera world, but The Bold and the Beautiful was developing these sorts of complex storylines way back in the late 80s. The show was a companion piece of sorts to The Young and The Restless, with both being the creations of the husband and wife team, William J. Bell and Lee Phillip Bell. Characters from both shows would intersect, while The Bold and the Beautiful would take things even further by crossing over with daytime game shows, including The Price is Right and Let's Make a Deal.
$1! $1! Donovan's $1!
The show is still a popular draw as well, thanks to that seemingly boundless curiosity to watch rich people and their inevitably dramatic problems.
He proposed.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Are you okay? It took a really long time.
Number 7. One Life to Live. If there was ever any valid criticism about the daytime soap opera world, it's that there's never truly been enough inclusion or diversity among its cast of characters. One Life to Live sought to change all that, and has been credited over the years with expanding its storytelling ability by including characters from different economic and racial backgrounds.
What do you think he looks like?
I thought all babies looked the same.
This not only made the show appealing to a wider demographic, it also made it easier for audiences to relate and become invested into what stories were being told. One Life to Live also made it cool for more comedic moments to be included, further balancing the often dour daytime soap landscape.
That went well.
Number 6. As the World Turns. Erna Phillips appears once again on our list, with As the World Turns being yet another one of the Queen's soap opera classics.
You want some ice cream? You can have this.
No thanks. It's vanilla. I'm a chocolate kind of guy.
Maybe it's time you tried a different flavor.
The show debuted with the intention of running parallel to another Phillips creation, Guiding Light, but quickly earned a rabid fan following of its own. In fact, As the World Turns stayed on the air for an amazing 54-year run from 1956 to 2010, effectively creating generations of fans in its wake.
What good would it do for us to see each other if I was married to Molly?
If that's all I can have, I will take it. It's better than not having you at all.
Erna had no problem letting her stories take their time in developing characters and personalities, essentially building a world around As the World Turns professional doctors and lawyers. Number 5. Guiding Light. Speaking of guiding light, this classic daytime soap opera arrives at the halfway point on our list, and is probably a familiar name even to those who aren't fans of the genre. The show was one of the longest-running programs of all time, airing from 1952 all the way to 2009, and actually started its life as a radio serial before being developed for television.
You were right. I needed to live my life. I needed to find myself again.
As a result of this lengthy run, Guiding Light did its best to try and evolve with tastes and times. It even adopted a realistic, upfront and personal shooting style to differentiate itself from other daytime entertainment. And hey, in our opinion, it worked.
You're not making any sense.
Oh, no, Nola, now you're wrong. For the first time since I met you, I am finally making sense. This whole situation is finally making sense.
I just wish I knew what you were talking about.
Number 4, The Young and the Restless. The worlds of television and cinema have always been a treasure trove of original score music. But when was the last time you heard of a soap opera having a hit theme? Well, The Young and the Restless bucked that trend when music from its score, particularly the track Nadia's theme, exploded in popularity. The song was originally composed by Perry Botkin Jr. and Barry Dvorak, the latter of Warriors soundtrack fame, for the 1971 film Bless the Beasts and Children, before a rearranged version hit the small screen 2 years later. Meanwhile, The Young and the Restless tales of wealthy rivalries and discord is still going strong today, 45 years after its debut.
Maybe that's a blessing. You know, by the time he gets off that plane, Hillary will be out of surgery, and we'll have nothing but good news about her and their baby.
Number 3, All My Children. Agnes Nixon was another soap opera heavyweight, known primarily for her work creating One Life to Live, Loving, and the next series on our list, the massively popular All My Children. Much of this popularity has to be laid at the feet of the show's undeniably iconic star Susan Lucci, whose character Erica Kane is one of the best-known soap personalities of all time.
Please don't walk out on me, Jack. I need you.
Frankly, Erica, I don't give a damn what you need.
All My Children was also notable for its popularity among male audiences, perhaps another symptom of the Lucci effect, and ran for over 40 years before saying its final farewell to fans.
This can't be happening. This can't be happening.
Number 2, Days of Our Lives. With more than 50 years on the air and still going strong, Days of Our Lives has endured as one of television's longest-running institutions, thanks largely to its dedicated, multi-generational fan base.
You know what this means? It means that miracles do come true, and I'm gonna believe. I'm gonna believe that we're gonna get another miracle. I swear we are.
Days earned critical praise early on for its risk-taking storylines and grounded realism, touching on then taboo subjects concerning sex, family, and politics.
Yeah, well, I have my ways too. I'm sending you right back to prison. Is that what you want?
Oh my goodness. I think we need a little marriage counseling here.
The show didn't take itself too seriously, though, and had no problems being parodied or even crossing over into the sitcom world. Some of its characters even appeared on its network neighbor Friends.
Oh my God, I won? Do you have any idea what this means?
It's probably this easygoing vibe that's helped Days of Our Lives remain on the air for so long, which is definitely impressive. Before we name our number 1 daytime guilty pleasure, here are some honorable mentions.
And was on his way to serve a 15-year sentence when the train crashed. But it seems he wasn't guilty at all. Someone else confessed to the crime. Too late, unfortunately.
What did you just say?
I think that Frank took his own life.
It's a huge risk for both of us.
Yes.
Yes, it's a huge risk, or yes, you'll do it.
Both.
Number 1, General Hospital. You don't have to be remotely familiar with daytime soap operas to be aware of the fictional Port Charles, New York, and its most famous landmark, General Hospital.
Everybody get back. We got a gas leak. No!
The show is basically synonymous with the genre, and has continued to captivate fans since debuting way back in 1963. General Hospital is also known for its troubled yet undeniably iconic super couple Luke and Laura, whose 1981 wedding kept over 30 million viewers glued to their television screens.
I, Laura Weber Baldwin,
take thee, Lucas Lorenzo Spencer.
take thee, Lucas Lorenzo Spencer.
The show has survived cast changes, spin-offs, and ratings dips to remain the daytime soap world's finest show. Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from MsMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.